that one.
And one of Reese's is.
Yeah, not a fan of nuts.
Well, welcome to our next game of Shadowrun. Almost up to the point where the website's working and people can update their characters again.
Yay.
Because hey, that's always good to have working.
Yay!
And
Bolt can get more magic spells that are gonna like cost him a dime.
And on the bright side, it should also be a lot more streamlined, and it's actually, when you're looking at skills, it's showing you associated talents and the details of those talents and stuff like that, so it should be more user-friendly when it's actually working, for those who want to use the digital version. Okay, so today's session is number 103, or Season 3, Episode 8. It is currently in-game, sorry, bringing up the actual date thing for me so I don't have to remember what it is. Coming off the job on the 2nd day of June 2052. So, as expected, the timeline will advance during today's session. So, keep that in mind with options to buy, because you will have to order ahead. Because most things aren't automatically available. So, Desrin seems to be very good at making it almost available.
We can make these more readily available for the right price.
Okay. So at the table today we have Gary.
Hi, I am playing Raven, a street thief who's very new to this whole shadow running thing and think it's the greatest lark, the greatest adventure out. There's fire, there's explosions, there's chaos, there's violence, there's fighting. There's even road trips, and it pays so much better than anything she's ever done before. She thinks this stuff's great.
Yep. It is fantastic until you realise the runs that pay that well are far and few in between.
Oh, well, she hasn't experienced that yet. First one was paid really well.
Oh, thank you.
He changing the screen.
Yeah, that's always fun when he does that. So back to that one, and hopefully he hasn't broken anything else in the meantime. Yeah,
Yes.
we still have audio, that is good.
He's completely reset the website. You have to start over from stage 1.
Oh, we're actually looking at the wrong screen completely there. Where are we? What has he done there? Yeah.
No, he pressed like 7 different keys before I got to him.
Yeah, I think he's deleted a few things on me.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck's sake, buddy. Just trying to figure out what's happened here. Jeremy, would you like to introduce yourself if we haven't done so already?
Good. I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the elf, urban elf from Seattle, who's picked himself up from the gutters and is now pulling in very tidy sums from his various investments, and having discovered that he's not the orphan that he thought he was, but he's still going to try and track down more of his family and some of the inheritances that they left behind.
My cat did manage to delete one of the scenes, and I managed to undelete it, which was nice. Do we have an M available for introductions?
You do indeed. Hello, I play Bolt. A lovable puppy, and not the sharpest bolt in the shed. I had lots of fun in our last job, being Big Bad Wolfie again, and unfortunately there was one person who got away, who I could not detect, and that has made me very intrigued.
I was just really disappointed that they were invisible, so we didn't get to see what you were doing to them. Even their blood was invisible. Like, how disappointing.
But I got to see my aftermath after the spell dropped, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's true. But it's in the moment. You've got to have it in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of felt it in the moment, so I don't know. Like it
The rest of
was
us-
an interesting experience ripping people I couldn't see apart. So
It was very zen artistry.
yes, very.
I feel like if the blood wasn't invisible, that gives away your position very quickly as soon as somebody gets hurt. Especially
You try to avoid getting hurt.
yeah.
I mean, the fact that I could smell them, which I don't think they quite anticipated.
Well, they were also
Possibly.
wearing cologne.
Well, they weren't the ones wearing the cologne.
Oh.
No one
Oh, they
expects
were
bolt.
I could hear them or something. Anyway, like I have my senses. Oh, I had the wind thing up as well, so you know that was.
And amusingly, the wind thing was the only way you. Yeah, the wind thing was the only way you knew that person was there because they weren't putting out sound or smell.
Right. Yes. No, sorry. It was the wind guided me, and that was really cool because I haven't done that before. But now I have a really great tool in my arsenal. It just cost me a whole bunch of magic points for it.
And each of the other elements has something similar.
Yes. Yes.
What's fires?
Thermal.
What,
Yeah, that
warming
makes
things up.
sense.
You have thermal vision when you're
Okay.
using the utility spell.
Oh, okay.
What
So we're looking
does
astrally.
what does Primal do?
Primal, you'll find that one out when you use it.
Cool. I look forward to doing that.
Because I don't let all the secrets out straight away.
That's true. That's true. That was very fun learning about that. I did not think of that it could do that, but it was really cool.
It's where Astral can give you a lot of information as well as a lot of danger at the same time. Okay, so we have 4 players at the moment. So we get to roll 4 dice and see how good your points are today.
I don't exist.
404 hasn't been introduced.
Have we?
404
okay.
was not found, funnily
Okay,
enough.
so Sean, I apologise for missing you. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I kind of got interrupted by a cat, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
They're all black.
oh.
They're all black.
Oh, no.
That's the first time that's happened.
Hey,
Does
I rolled
that
4
mean that
white dice
we
twice
can-
last time and I got black all the time.
Doesn't that mean we can take a dice out?
It does.
Cool.
Yes, I'm playing as 404, a clone from Gen Techie, Mecha Pilot. I'm suddenly blanking on my character.
You are a one of many, and I'm sure one of us is a
Clone who's
common
also a mech warrior, aren't you?
Yeah, former soldier, clone of Ace Pilot, who is dead.
You assume.
Yeah. The records state that she died 13 years ago.
And again, that's assumed it was 13 years ago. Records always like to be fabricated.
Yeah.
Who knows? You may actually have only been created a week ago and have the memories of years growing up.
Or
That
maybe
implies that I'm
you
not
are
playing as the
original.
same
Not a
404.
clone.
No, I mean from when you started.
Oh. Yeah, that makes it well.
Though technically, you could also go the other way too. You might have been replaced numerous times.
Yeah, 404 actually died in the helicopter crash last session. He just has like instant teleportation, regeneration abilities. She gets replaced immediately as soon as she dies.
I'm sure that won't have any complications down the track.
She got to shoot the guns of I think it was called a Phantom, once, and then the whole thing shut down.
You're getting blown
But
out of the sky.
that one was very epic as well, though.
You got it in the sky. You got it up and got running.
Yeah, got it up and running. Got it to fly for like 3 turns. Fired it once. Had some guys who decided to come through the fence and then also blew up the guys who were on the fence.
You also made the decoy so the other two helicopters shot each other.
Yeah.
You did more than I did. All I did was watch.
That
And I didn't.
tends to happen when you're in a helicopter.
You did more than I did. All I did was watch, and not even get to enjoy that because the enemies were all invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. So at end of last session, you guys had managed to successfully get paid. Though you were paid in either food stuff or you were getting paid in 1 to 5k each month, depending on how good their harvest was.
Well, I think so. I thought it was, basically you could be either or both, making up the 1 to 5k a month type stuff, or 0.5 to 1k a month.
And you had successfully managed to save the girl.
Mm.
And not even have her in the sights of the enemy because they were so busy being killed by a raging maniac on the field.
Yeah. Raven did a good job, kept the girl covered.
I didn't actually do anything. I was thinking later that it was a pointless idea what I had because it was dark. They wouldn't have known what I looked like anyway.
It would have shown up on magic.
Would it?
Yeah, because they would have seen the magical form.
Okay.
And in which case then those who were sensing would be going, hey, she's got some sort of magic protecting her over there. Not necessarily knowing it's an illusion.
Well, it didn't work anyway, so...
Well, they would have gone mage and shot you.
I mean, they kind of would have had to shoot you through bolt, but that's maybe another story.
Oh yeah, there's also the ones that got ran over by a troll.
Yep. As Womp joined you late and managed to destroy his bike. And then you cannibalized Deserin's van.
Yeah, we might be stranded.
And you ended up getting a call in for a lift which could take everyone but the troll.
Yeah.
Apparently they're not rated for lifting trolls at the moment. Some damage to their vertical takeoff and landing craft. Unfortunately, Troll is not a recommended class to take because of it having weight in tons, and not many structures are designed to withstand the weight of a troll.
It also means that Womp's apartment will be vacant for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need a place to crash.
Well, I believe he was going to call an Uber and have it drive all the way out and pick him up.
Oh, okay. So he'll be home eventually.
He'd be home within a day.
Exactly. It still won't take him that long to get home. It's only a few hours.
So, though I'm sure Desrin wouldn't notice if you broke into his place and crashed for the night. Every night for a month.
Okay. What's your place like, Desrin?
He's got a top floor building overlooking the Barrens.
Okay.
That's right. He's got the whole building. The top floors are for him. Other rooms are available for party members and other NPCs and all sorts of things. So.
Okay. I might invite some friends around.
So Vorifor's probably taken up refuge in the garage. We just turned some corner into her spot.
Okay, so it would probably have actually ticked over, just checking the timeline, would have ticked over to the next day after that battle and gathering what you can out of the dismembered remains. Not a lot of weaponry survived the attack, especially after the explosion took out a majority of what was remaining.
Yeah.
You believe the laser overheated and went boom. It's the second time you've seen a laser go boom.
Yeah, there's a pattern here.
And they were both on bolt, and I both got set on fire. It is not fun. Don't like it.
Well, the setting on fire did more damage to you than almost everything else, and Raven put that out. So
Yeah,
Raven
I know.
actually kept Bolt from going Cyber Psycho as a dog, which
I've never seen you be Cyber Psycho.
Well-
Maybe I should have just let that happen.
When she's like that, she has no friends,
Oh, okay.
and everything close to her is an enemy.
Yeah, you don't.
And close becomes a relevant term.
You really don't want to see. So basically, my totem takes over. My totem spirit. The guys have seen it once, and apparently that was not fun, according to them. I have no memory of it though.
But I've never seen it though.
Have you looked at me astrally before?
Next time.
I mean,
You've looked at me astrally before, right? Haven't you?
I don't know how to look at anything astrally.
Oh, it's the utility spell.
Okay, I've never done it.
Okay, well, yeah, if you ever happen to do that and happen to look Bolt's way, just be warned.
Can I do that now?
You could, yes.
Okay. You've tempted me. How do I do it?
So you basically do your
I left my cup
primal.
at home. Do my primal. Okay.
So
level 4 primal, I think. Yep.
You can use those to fill it in, and then do your primal dice roll.
Well, I got 4 white.
Raven's only been with the group for like 2 days. Like 3 days now.
Yeah, 3 days.
She's been with them previously. This is the second time with them.
What else do I roll apart from 4?
So
Just roll the 4.
4 yellow,
Just roll
one
4.
green, and 1 blue. And then you'll be rolling 1 red as I spend a point to flip a token over.
Yay!
Okay. That 1 red will be dangerous.
Because, hey, having all of it, your colour is... Well, actually, I
should have
think...
brought my cup.
I believe if it's all... If it's all black, it was... I could take one of
It's all
yours
black.
out.
Spell fails.
You successfully cast it, but you need to pull on to the corruption around you to actually activate it.
Yeah, and that costs a story point to do it, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, I'll leave it for another time. This is I've got to do something about the fact that I just can't get these white dice to work.
Well, when you end up with more white dice, more chances of it coming correct.
Upgrade your magic.
So you need to get at least 1 white dot, do you?
You need at least 1 white dot to successfully cast a spell. But you can.
That's
then
3 times in a row I've failed.
You can still.
Or at least 1 left over white dot. Like it's going to be more white than black.
Oh well, that was 4 black. How do you get?
The black don't cancel out unless the black are just there to be used.
Oh, okay, right.
So as long as you get 1 white dot, it doesn't matter how many black dots you get.
Right, yeah.
But you can freely call upon the black dots as well as the white dots by spending a story point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, each black dot counts as an automatic point of corruption, and then it starts going down bad very quickly.
Yeah, it's just more the fact that it burns one of our story points. Look! I'll try again some other time, Bolt. I'm really curious to see what you look like.
Let me know, because not many people have been able to look at my astral form for very long, unless they've been like equal or higher standing in sort of like magic.
You're tempting me to have another
I don't
go.
even think Trixie has even been able to manage it for long.
Well,
Sounds like
Trixie
a very
also
big
being a dog shaman to you being a wolf shaman means that at least yours gets along with Trixie.
Yes, that is also true.
Whereas the one you went up against, the lion shaman, is definitely a direct opponent.
Yes.
Just lucky you haven't come up against the spider shamans.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
Well, you know how everyone doesn't like looking at your astral totem?
Yeah.
They have problems looking at those astral totems as well.
Would a wolf really have a problem looking at a spider, or is it like
spider.
Harry Potter giant spider kind of thing?
Well, think Nightmare Shield spider, specifically tailored to whoever's looking at it at the time.
I wonder
And
what Bolt would see.
and if you are looking at it, it will start pulling secrets out of you
Oh, okay.
and giving them to the shaman it's working with.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because hey, they are all corrupt spirits. Spider's one of the corrupt types.
Yeah.
They always give you stuff, but do you really want what they give you?
Depends what they're offering.
Mostly it's free. Look at it. It's
Offering
perfectly
good stuff,
fine.
but you will pay price.
The price comes later. What's the price?
Okay.
Later. Power now. Problem later. We'll just keep pushing that later.
And because one of those things, yes. By the time you start paying, you really don't mind.
Okay, so yes, you take the not far after midday the following day after the battle, you take the VTOL flying transport from friends of the party. Believe it is Val.
Al, yep.
So you have a middle-aged woman and a cyber dwarf working together on a smuggler transport. I'm sure Raven manages to get a couple of shiny trinkets from various parts hidden on the transport.
Oh, okay. There's stuff hidden on here, is there? Okay.
This is smuggler's transport. There's always stuff hidden. Whether they hid it there or someone else did and forgot about it.
Okay. All right.
Certainly, when Val arrives, Des will encourage her to stop for breakfast or lunch, whatever time it is. Have some fresh food.
Well, she says she's basically picking you up mid-delivery because otherwise she's not going to be back this way for many days.
Yeah, it's appreciated the stop over there.
That's okay. She knows you're good for the fuel.
Yep.
And you get dropped off on the top of Desrin Tower. Deadshot Tower as it's been named.
Deadshot Tower.
Yep. It used to be called something completely different, as it was an Technology Tower. Now it has Deadshot on the side of it, which I'm sure does not have any indications of what's going to happen to the residents. So the rumours on the street is the big cheese of the building brags that whenever they shoot, they kill.
Okay. Trying to think. Was that what happened last? Yeah. Don't recall that being what happened last. But then again, they were invisible. It makes it rather difficult.
It does make it harder to tell if you killed someone, but it also makes it harder to target who you're trying to kill. They actually used magic effectively, and not all spells will keep you invisible when you attack. That indicates a high level mage.
Yep. And he got away.
And they got away. Okay, so you do get notes saying that you should probably lay low for a little while, as that corp who got away will probably be trying to hunt down whoever you are.
Absolutely.
And if only I didn't share my face with at least 403 other people. Well, 404 if you count the original.
Well, you don't know how many came after you.
Yeah, that's true.
I could have said at least 403.
At least 404.
And I will ask you if any of you have any items you wish to try to acquire at this stage, because now is a good time for you to spend some of that money you have lying around and about to get lying around.
Well, I've got a couple of things I noticed from that book there. Basically, two lots of lockpicks. One's an electronic, the other's mechanical.
Yep, both of those are very good for you.
Anything I can think of would be expensive and probably something I need to get after.
This page is also useful for you.
Okay. Oh, magic implements.
Yeah, for primal.
Okay.
Did you guys online have anything you were thinking of?
Yeah, I think it was mentioned in the last game or the game before that Bolt should start thinking about getting like a magical like tool, like a staff or a wand or something similar like that.
Yep, I just gave Gary the actual book with that all in there.
Ah,
But there are many things you can buy like that. And
Yeah,
Seattle's
because-
the happening place to pick up all these trinkets.
What was,
yes, I think.
what was happening, place, sorry? I
I
timed
was
it well.
saying that Seattle's a happening place to
Oh,
pick up
yeah,
all these
Seattle,
magical
yeah.
trinkets.
So, well, one thing I did want to check on, Martin, when it comes to gene mods,
Mm-hmm.
is it the gene mods or the cyberware mods that you've actually got to effectively buy each rating in turn? You can't jump straight to a higher rating.
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
Basically, people who go too fast on the cyberware find it just doesn't work.
Okay. Because, Desmond's certainly looking to, say, he's getting his cyber eyes updated and things like that. He's also looking to get his enhanced muscles updated and or keno-sculpted physique.
Mm-hmm.
So, which on the website at the moment at least, it doesn't come in different ratings, but I'm assuming that it might come in higher ratings later on. But yeah, obviously he's got to buy it one at a time. We'll go for the first rating.
So the physique it will give you 12 months of looking like you've worked out.
Yeah. So,
At which point the gene
yeah.
therapy normally starts to fade.
Yeah, and I figured it'd be the increased ratings will be a bit like the enhanced muscle type stuff, where the higher ratings give you slightly better improvement and they last longer. So
That is correct. And then you also have that to increase the duration of it when it's about to run out, you've got to use a higher rating because it won't take the same rating added on to it.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I think the only other thing that Bolt's really waiting on is I think it was the combat armor.
Yep, you've got that down as waiting to arrive.
Yes, he's eagerly awaiting that. Do you have the
Date? Yes.
Yes.
I actually have
'Cause
a
that-
table in front of me showing when what arrives on which day.
Because I don't think it's very long. Because it wasn't supposed to take very long. I don't think.
it hasn't been that long for you all either, but yeah.
There were,
Well,
there were
no,
3
but-
months of deliveries.
So,
What does 404 have coming?
So 404 has a hand cannon weapon, a enhanced reflexes, cyberware, modular armor. Yes, that's what you've got down on your list that you've thrown advanced money down for.
Okay.
And technically the rest of the money sitting there waiting to go and can't be spent.
So probably with the staff or the wand or whatever is available for Bolt, we'll probably talk to you about out of session about what would be a good fit. But that would be pretty much the only thing that I'd want to spend money on at the moment, I think. Unless there's other like magical things I can equip or acquire that you know off the top of your head.
There are always lots of things, and you've already got something on your waiting list.
Yes. I'm eagerly also awaiting XP so I can start buying some more utility spells because they are becoming quite useful but also take a ton of experience. Yay!
Which is always fun. Okay, just checking to see how much is on the current table for how much character earning a month. Which is why some of you have way too much money.
Well, for me, like I say, talking about things you buy, part of Declan will be confirming his current stocks of supplies and things like that, and topping up things, stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah, how much? Because I don't think I added the total amount that we got for this last job to my current cash. So how much did we get again? Sorry.
So far you've gotten a 4,000 plus a promise of extra.
Oh yeah, okay, so we have 4,000 as the advance, and then we haven't got the extras yet. Yeah, that's fine. I just I hadn't added that in, so I should have. I think I currently have 13,500 left after all my spending last time, and then plus the 4. So. So I should have around like 17,500 spare, I think. Though I think one of the things for the bolt I didn't get. Oh no, I did get all the bolts. I think it was Hollow that didn't get her computer, but I don't know that yet.
I know, I kept that down as a, you'll find out when that time arrives.
Yeah, when that timeline passes, but that, I think the wait on that was like months and months in game.
Find out that the ship crashed or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, in game it was basically 3 whole months of deliveries. So you had a lots of things that were going to just drop out on you at various points.
Yeah. Well, certainly part of Declan's downtime was the like the laying low type stuff will be particularly laying low by changing his genotype. He'll try and get the level 1 geno-sculpted physique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, always good to change your DNA regularly because it makes it harder for people to track you.
Okay, so I will insert that you guys are buying stuff on the I'd say the 6th of the month, because Saturday and Sunday delivery and talking to people just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Also, Josh might be a bit late getting on because they've had a late case come in. So
we understand.
Yep, we'll try to get on, but it might be a bit later than 8:30.
So if you guys have some idea of what you'd like to try to purchase, we will figure out how long it takes and whether you have it by next session.
Well,
okay.
4 things I have in mind. Mm-hmm. The lock breaker and lockpick set. Right. Lock breaker is basically an electronic lockpicking device, and the lockpick set is mechanical.
Yep. They are both worth you taking because that is some of your bread and butter.
And a magic implement. Given there's a rarity involved, it's sort of like what's available kind of situation. I have preferences, but I may not have. I may be in a, beggars aren't choosers. You take what's available situation.
In most cases, you look for a certain type of thing and hope it shows up, because the only things that are readily available are generally rarity 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. Rarity 1 and 2 means none of these things are rarity 1 and 2. The lowest is rarity 4, so I don't think a magic implement's going to be available then.
But you've got, don't you have some black market contacts?
I do have
like
black
that?
market contacts, but I only got 1 level of it.
So that's still going to get down at least 1.
Reduce legal rarity items by 1. That just brings it in a 3, so it still means I can't find anything.
Well, it means you've got to hunt for it. Like, it's not automatically going to be there, but you've got to hunt for it. So
what that means is you do a negotiations check against the difficulty of the item.
Okay.
And the items generally takes as many weeks as its rating.
Yeah.
And you reduce that by successes and advantages.
Okay. Given, I'd be happy with several different things, does that give me additional flexibility? Can I say, look, I'll take a scepter, a tome, a scepter, a staff, or a wand, take pretty much any of the materials, does that reduce the rarity issue? Rather than saying, I'm specifically looking for a new wand, you say, oh, well...
In most cases, for the way Genesys does it is you pick what you're after, you put out the feelers, and then you either find if one of those things is available or not.
Okay.
Right. You can put out feelers for multiple things. Generally, it will cost a certain amount of money to put out feelers if you don't find it.
Okay.
But if you do find it, it's considered part of the cost.
Okay. All right. Well, a staff is a rarity 6, and if it's a willow staff, it's a rarity 8.
Mm-hmm.
Bone staff. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, a willow staff. That's rarity 8, and I've got black market contacts brings it down to 7.
Yeah.
So what does that mean in difficulty? Does that mean it's off the scale?
It's not off the scale. So, looking up the actual proper chart for it, so I'm not making it harder for you than it needs to be. Because the good thing about this, it does have most of the charts that you need. So if you look at page 82 of your book, it has the chart in there.
Okay.
Okay, so rarity 7, that makes it a hard check, and a hard check is 3 purple dice.
3 purple. So 82 is 3 purple. And this is a negotiation check.
It's a negotiation check. If it has anything illegal, it then becomes a different type of check. I believe it is...
Well, if I'm using black market contacts... Oh, it's not illegal. Is it illegal?
It is not illegal. So
okay.
I don't think black market contacts work.
So black market contacts will work. All right, so that means it's a rarity 8 item. Sorry?
So black market items use streetwise instead of negotiation.
Okay.
And that's how you manage to track it down.
All right, okay.
So anything that's considered R for the price is black market only.
Okay, let's have a look. What's right? 8 is daunting. It's 4 purple dice.
Yeah, 8 is daunting.
Okay, so we'll have to scale back our ambition here.
And everything above 10 ends up being an extra difficulty dice.
Okay. I've got to admit bones, but bones probably it's going to attract too much attention. So while I'd be happy to have a bone staff, I think that's going to actually cause too much problems. So we'll make it a hazel staff, which is a rarity 7. So that's a hard check for negotiation. And this is basically to depend whether it's available and how long it takes to get it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so I'll do a negotiation. What have I got that might help me here? Congenial, upgrade charm and negotiation checks. Well, I'll do that. Ensorcerelled, what does that do? Gain advantage on social skills. What does that mean?
Advantage on social skills. I'd have to look up specifically to make sure I get it correct.
Okay. And savvy. What does savvy do? Boost. Okay, so with all those talents, I might actually have a reasonable chance of success. Do you want me to put together the dice pool, or do you want to do it?
You put together the dice pool.
Well, it's difficulty 3, so that's 3 purple to start with. I have negotiate. Have 1 yellow,
Yeah, so yes, you add a blue dice to charm and negotiation checks per rank of savvy.
Yep.
And as you have 2 ranks, you add 2 blue dice.
Yep.
And what was the other one you were using?
Congenial and ensorcerelled. Upgrade charm or negotiation checks. I'm not sure what that means.
So upgrade means when you have green dice, you make it yellow.
Mm-hmm.
If you only have yellow dice, you add a green dice.
Okay, I remember that now. I will upgrade 1 green to a yellow.
And as a reminder for M, if it was all black, that means I get to remove a dice at the end of the after you roll and before you cancel.
And in Sorcerer, once per turn, gain advantage on social skills. You could argue this is not an encounter; it's just a die roll.
No, technically, it's it can be viewed as an encounter, but it would be your entire shopping thing is an encounter. If you blow it on one roll, you can't use it on your other rolls.
Well, the only other thing. Okay. I'll just do. This looks pretty good. That doesn't mean I can't fail it though. You doing anything on that dice before I roll?
I will not. Well, technically, I will.
You don't have to. I'm not. I'm just giving you the option.
So
that's all.
it means that one of the purples becomes a red.
Yeah. Yay! I love that. Oh Christ!
A despair?
I think so.
No, that's not a despair.
No, that's not a despair. That's a threat.
Okay. All right. I'll let you figure it out, Martin.
I'm just trying to get the oil off the egg because it's sort of melted to everything.
One of my dice failed, but one of the purple dice failed, so I suppose that's fine. 2 failed dice.
I see 4 advantages, 4 successes.
Those go away.
I mean, you succeeded.
Those 2 go away.
So,
okay, so the base is
3 and 3. 3 successes, 3 advantages.
So it was a rarity 7.
Yep.
Meaning 7 weeks.
7 weeks, okay.
As the base. And basically, I think we had each success was a...
I think it's each advantage reduces it by a week.
I think it was success reduced it by a week and advantage by a day.
So 7 becomes 4, becomes 3 weeks, 4 days. Okay, so it'll arrive toward the end of June. All right. I take it a lockpick set and a lockbreaker aren't difficult to find, or are they?
They should have the difficulty on a table in there.
Okay, I'll find the difficulty.
I have found something that I might want, but I'm not sure if it's really worth getting.
What's that?
In short, an anti-vehicle weapon. I'm not really sure which one to go with yet, though.
Whichever one makes you happy.
They're both rarity 5, which is average.
Average. So none of them are they illegal? Do they have the R in there anywhere?
I can't see R anywhere.
For restricted.
Which one are you?
R for restricted, is it?
It would be in the money table.
No, not in the money table, no. So, no, doesn't have R restricted. Just see if there's anything that has R restricted there. I can't see R anywhere.
Well, there are only a few items, but
No, okay. They don't seem to have it.
They normally fall under weapon for most things, but other things will become rare.
Okay.
or if you look under the drugs, there's quite a lot of drugs that are restricted.
Well,
Yeah.
we haven't got the drugs yet.
Funny about that.
So each one is a rarity 5.
Yeah.
Are you going to upgrade or just roll?
Just roll.
Okay. This one for the electronic one.
And did you do...
It's a cocked dice. What
and
should I do with
You did 2 purple, yep.
that? 2 purple.
Just re-roll that one.
Reroll that one. Okay.
That way
Might
you
have been a
don't worry
triumph.
Oh well.
Okay, so for that one, technically they go away. that one and that one go away, leaving you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that reduces it to 3 weeks and 2 days.
So I'll break 3 weeks, 2 days. Everything's coming in the same week by the looks of it.
Yeah, talk about what happened when Jeremy was doing all the ordering. There was a lock breaker or a lock pick.
Okay, that was the lock breaker. Now I'll do the lock pick, which is also rarity 5.
Some of these things are almost available on the day. Okay, so as long as things go well, it will be available. So these things here go away. So you got a triumph, which counts as 2 successes and 2 advantages. So in general, that would have reduced it down to 2 weeks and 5 days. But with the triumph, I will say it's available in 5 days. I'll just double the normal time for it.
Okay, 5 days. All right. The last one, and this one maybe you might want to leave for later, is I have this problem called identity documents, and I actually don't understand how do identity documents work in this world.
So in this world, you have a rating which represents how well they match your DNA profile and information.
Yep.
So a rating 6 is almost identical.
Okay.
So rating 6s can still be broken. A rating 1 is you might get lucky and one aspect of the DNA matches you.
Okay. That sort of jumped ahead. Does everybody carry identity documents?
If you're a citizen, yes, they have.
Am I a citizen?
That's up to you. That's a personal choice. If you're a citizen, you're registered with the corporations. They can trace you.
Okay.
You have a DNA ID that if they run it, they will know exactly who you are. Most of the Shadowrunners are called sinless, which means they have no identity documents and they only have fake stuff, which means technically they do not fall under the legal system and they cannot be technically arrested or charged with a crime because they're not a citizen. So technically,
but they can just be killed on site. They don't. Killing them doesn't count.
Killing them is frowned upon, but it's the frowned upon, not a crime.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it sounds like I'm probably in that category of not being a citizen.
You're more likely you're sinless, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
most
sinless.
of the characters will be sinless, except for 404, who had the corporate ID. Then you have Desrin, who managed to actually have a real ID without knowing about it. Then you have Womp, who was a member of As Technology, so he has a formal ID. I think the only ones who don't besides you are Nero. Bolt doesn't know he has a formal ID because he's a lab rat.
Okay, so so how do you survive in the world without having an ID?
So in the Barrens,
Fake ones.
you basically don't need an ID. You're paying with fake money. So some places will take food, some places will take fuel, some places will take ammunition.
It's a barter system, is it?
Other places will go, if you've got credits, will actually give you stuff because credits are always useful but not always spendable. When you get out of the Barrens area and into mainstream living, barter doesn't work as well, so you actually have to have credits. That's where you have a cred stick instead of a bank account. The more high-end you are, the more likely you actually have the equivalent of the 401k plan, where you have your condo, your vehicle, everything being paid for through one account. And then if you commit crimes and lose all that, you then start crying because there was a lot of money invested in that.
Okay. So what it sounds like is people can live without IDs.
They can.
And there's no real downside consequences for that. You just lose it. There are advantages in having IDs,
Well,
but there are no disadvantages really in not having them.
The main
Well,
disadvantage
the big disadvantage... Sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah, the main disadvantage of not having an ID is once you cross out of the Barrens, you're basically starting to raise flags because if you're not running around with a fake ID, everything that pings you is coming back as nothing. So nothing is bad, because unknown is bad in information society.
So it's probably worthwhile getting a fake ID.
Even if it's just a rating 1.
Yes.
A rating 1 means that it pings and it registers as someone. You just hope it doesn't say troll while you're a little kid running around.
Okay, well, I don't know how hard that is to do, and I've taken enough time, but I'd like to get a fake ID, or maybe even more than one. But we can leave that till another time if you like.
It's certainly worth getting at least a few low-level fake IDs, and then also at least 1 or 2 higher-level ones, if you've got the access and the money, because that way it becomes something that... Because basically, any time that you might go into even a registered business in the middle of... in downtown or something like that, they potentially run checks on your ID, and if your ID doesn't match what you look like, then... they might just call security just on the...
This is the bit that I'm having trouble with. Like, we tried that at the school, and we all lost our IDs. The only ones who got through fine were those who were IT hackers. Those of us who weren't IT hackers all lost our IDs.
So I'd assume that you would... let's just say that each of your characters has like 10 rating 1 IDs as throwaway IDs. It's not that hard to come across a rating 1 ID. It's not particularly helpful, but it gets you out of most jams.
Well, it didn't get us out of a jam that time.
The main jams being you get cornered and need to use a subway. You use a rating 1 go through. As long as you're not going through a security checkpoint that's actually trying to verify you, it just says, "Do you have an ID?" Yes. Okay, go through.
So how common are security checkpoints then?
The school was one of the first ones they come across in over 50 sessions.
Okay, so they're rare. They're very rare.
Well, it depends on also where you're going. If you're going, so the thing with the school is that it was in a high-class, rich, upper-class area where obviously security is tighter. So you get a lot more security checks, even, and some areas it's a case of, hey, there's effectively security checks available on every street corner.
Okay.
And some people who do a security check, if they break your ID, don't care as long as you slip them something to make them forget your ID didn't register.
Yeah, okay. I definitely can do that, but it's just that my experience so far is IT security systems are formidable, and they are unbeatable unless you're an IT hacker, and so that's what I'm just trying to navigate. It sounds like I need some IDs. And I need to get them, but we can leave that till later and let other people do stuff. I will have to get some IDs.
I'm happy to say you have an ID called Raven that is probably a rating 4.
Okay, I've got a rating 4 ID called Raven. What rating 4 means that is a reasonable match.
It's a reasonable match. It's not perfect, but it's what you've used as your identity for running with. So if you're trying to meet a Johnson or identify as Raven, you'd be running around with that ID. You'd never take that ID active on a run.
Yeah.
That's your ID that you hide away.
Okay.
Because the other advantage or the other reason to have at least one decent ID is that quite often Mr. Johnson will arrange a meeting in the middle of downtown, in the middle of a high security nightclub or something like that, because it helps to ensure that no one's got weapons. So, but it means that you've got to go through those checkpoints to get there in the first place. So.
Okay. I've got that, and I will get some cheaper IDs at some other point. Some crap ones.
Okay, so 404 wanted a what was the gun you wanted?
I was looking at the micro rocket launcher. It was like the cheaper one.
Remember, you will have to buy the micro rocket separately.
Yeah. Yeah, it's listed as being a gunnery weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that not in a vehicle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you've got to use gunnery skill. You don't use...
That's not a problem.
Light or... And that's just it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I was just asking about that part. It was
so you've also got tripod weapons, which are considered gunnery weapons as well. So once you go for heavy setup that normally requires 2 to 3 people to set up, you're talking about gunnery instead of ranged heavy. Ranged heavy means that it's expected that a person can carry and fire that weapon while they're using it.
Okay. So,
Jeremy, so you wanted the improved reflexes?
No, it's going to go for the genotype upgrade. The what are they called again? Because it basically improves charm, because you look nice.
Sculpted body.
The Geno sculpted physique.
going for a pretty boy look.
Sounds like a bodybuilder look, actually.
It roughly is, but it's also tailorable to your personal preferences.
So are you going to be oily and smooth, or are you going to be hairy, or what?
Hairy elf.
No, it's just he's elf, so it's definitely not hairy. Because hey, we've already got enough hairy people in the party, and besides, he's noticed that hairy people keep burning.
More flammable.
Nothing wrong with a bit of fire.
No, I'm just thinking M's obviously not online or listening at that moment in time.
No, I'm just choosing not to make a comment right now. So you'd be getting extremely angry at being set on fire again.
I've got this weird talent called Heart of Fire. You can hear your inner heat can protect and heal you. Never used it, but it sounds good. That's what everyone needs. Heart of Fire.
Is this where my totem looms over Jeremy and is just like, stop it?
Feels something that feels
so,
like
but yeah, so you can only get ranking 1 initially anyway, because it says that. So yeah, so it'll be 8,000, rarity 5. You can grease some palms to improve his chances on the check as we're going through.
Well,
Rarity 5. How many red dice or how many difficulties does that make on it?
rarity
3?
5 is 2 purple.
2 purple.
So it goes rarity 0 and 1 is no dice, and then every 2 above that is a bracket of an extra dice.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we'll just go with throwing a bit more money at it. Another 200 for the greasing the appropriate palms. And
what is your dice pool? Because we can get...
that will then make it 5 yellow and 1 green. And, well, I'm assuming that on this sort of thing I can't really use intense focus taking a strain to improve again, could I?
Not really, because
I'm
it
thinking
doesn't
that
come
it's a
back.
downtime one, so it's a bit pointless.
Okay, so who would you like to roll for you, Gary or Sean or me?
Either one, whoever's got the dice readily available.
You upgrading any of that already? No.
Okay, so that goes away. They go away. They go away. And so it is 2 successes and an advantage, meaning that it will be 3 weeks and 6 days.
Okay. When's his new cyber eyes coming in?
That I'll tell you in a moment, but from...
Well, I should figure you maybe get it done at the same time.
So, well, there'll be different clinics because those that do the cyber eyes will not do the Gmods. So this all happens on the 6th day of the month, so add your days to that. And all of your stuff so far come within the month.
Okay.
Because no one had the go over the top of it. Who do we have just pop back? Was that M?
No, that was Josh dropping in.
Actually, my Hazel Staff arrives on 1 July. I just calculated the dates.
Okay.
That's the latest of my roll. 1 July.
So that was the rarity 7. I forgot to actually
Yeah,
write
it
down
was
what it was.
it was rarity 7. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a bunch of things showing up. Josh, did you wish to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Josh. I play Nero, the British cyborg espionage spy of the group. Very smart, loves his computers, still investigating his troubles past. That's pretty much Nero.
Okay, did you may want to look up if Nero wants to do stuff when you get back home. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to say is a month rolls past as you guys are laying low. In that time, 404 has built his mech.
Ooh,
He now has a wireframe worker mech, which he's going to be doing add-ons to later. So currently it doesn't provide protection to the user, but you do get to have the equivalent of vehicle doing stuff.
Yay.
So vehicle strength instead of people strength.
That's good.
Vehicle strength is generally a lot better than person strength. And you can get side jobs as lifter. Many people want that. Okay, things that have arrived in that time frame since you did your last job. Desrin got his rifle, which he got last session or so. Nero got quite a few packages show up for him. He got he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packages show up. Then 404
Christmas
got
time.
a single package show up. Womp has 2 packages show up at the Dead Shop building. Unfortunately, Desrin didn't order it for anywhere else. So Womp has to show up and sign for it at Desrin Tower, at Deadshot Tower. I'm sure nothing untoward will happen to it.
If it stays there too long, obviously it becomes property that can be resold or used.
Desrin had a Cyber Eye show up in that time. Hollow had a package arrive. And Bolt had a package arrive.
Ooh, yay. For
So
both.
Bolt opens the combat armor.
I put it on immediately.
And it seems to have those adjustable straps that when you change size, it doesn't rip the armor off or cut you in two.
Sweet.
We paid good money for that.
I did pay extra money for that, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because that means I don't have to put the point into the adjusting clothing now, right?
You'll be getting the rune later on that actually means that magic doesn't destroy it.
Oh, that's right. Good.
But at this stage, changing size shouldn't destroy it. Changing shape may destroy it.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So I have to be careful what application I'm doing. If I'm just making myself bigger, then that should be fine. But if I'm going wolf, that would be a problem. Yeah.
Hollow gets recon drones. Nero gets a bunch of cyberware and programs. And 404 got the hand cannon.
Oh, wait, we didn't order any of the items I wanted. Yeah, I'll do it next time.
Okay, so at the same time, each of you end up with a payment coming from your last job. An extra payment on top of the 4K you started with.
Yep.
So as I go through the people, you can add it to your list of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Desrin gets a total of 30,100.
Yep.
With 5 of that being from the commune.
Mm-hmm.
Raven gets 7,100. With 5 of that being from the commune.
Mm-hmm. That's in addition to what we got, the 4,000 we got, and
Yep.
10,000. Okay, so 49,100.
404 gets an additional 8,000.
Yay.
Bulk gets an additional 7,400. And Nero gets 8,100. So now you have an extra pile of cash. Did you want to go in for some more gear now that you've got a little more to play with?
I don't know how much money I had before.
Well, look at it this way. Let's say you spent what you had before, and now you have 8,000 plus the 4,000, so 12,000. Because as Shadowrunners, you tend to leak money on things like luxuries like food or power or clothing.
Buying the parts I need to build a mech. They gave me all the main parts, but they didn't give me any bolts.
It's okay. You know a bolt. I'm sure they can help.
I heard my name. I appear next to 404, like in my full combat armor, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I can help you.
Are we going somewhere? You asked help?
You're responding to 404
just-
swearing over the fact that she didn't get any bolts with her mech.
I'm a great courier. I love going places and taking things.
We're just strapping bolt to the arm of the mech. There you go, you have your blade bolt.
Don't tempt me. I have a high enough mechanics skill. I could probably do that.
I mean, it can't be as bad as being
You don't need mechanics, you just need dump.
Can't be as bad as being thrown like a bowling ball into like 3 bikes and like totaling them.
You can't complain about that, you enjoyed it.
No, I know.
Not very.
Because they were Crimson Crush, and it was very fun smashing them off their bikes and smashing their bikes apart.
First thing on my list of things I would like to get.
Yeah.
Cyber weapon limb upgrade.
You have a cyber weapon? Cyber limb? You want to cut a limb off?
I do not, so I have to get that part first. That was the thing I had on my list before.
I think you come back to the fact that Bulk would help. He can rip a limb off for you.
Yeah, but I need to get the replacement limb first. Okay. So,
I can't guarantee survival of me ripping a limb off, but you know.
okay, so it says mod 4, so does that mean I need to get the mods?
No, mod 4 means that's the type of mod, because there's one mod that gives you a specific thing, and each mod will give a different thing for that sort of item, and you can't mix many of the mods together. So if you're going for a strength or an agility mod, you can't have a weapon mod, because they're incompatible.
So I need to match up the numbers?
No, you need to basically pick which of the arm mods you want to have, and if you're not having the strength or agility, you're purchasing a basic cyber limb and then putting the weapon in it.
Okay.
Because it replaces what makes the other limb so special. It makes it cheaper to get the other limbs, but it is possible to upgrade some of them, but not all of them. It just becomes more difficult.
So I need to get cyber limb replacement, or cyber replacement limb.
Yep.
And then the weapon upgrade.
Yep. You can
Okay.
go for the more expensive one that will give you an agility or a strength boost.
But I'll lose those boosts.
But you may lose either the upgrade or the in trying to mod it.
So, is there a way where I keep both the
Having a very skilled mechanic with cybernetics will mean you can keep both.
Okay. I don't think I'm good with cybernetics though. At least I don't have any bonuses to that specifically. Yeah, what's the price different? Yeah, it's about 5 times as much. Yeah, I'm gonna just take no, it's twice as much. No, hold on, wrong one. It is more than 5 times as much. That is about 20 times as much. Maybe more.
And you can start out with a lower quality one, meaning you get penalty dice when using it.
Once again, 5 times as much.
Can't Nero give like the hand-downs of his old cyberware?
Does Nero is Nero trained in installing cyberware? Is he a cyberdoc?
No. As in, it's a joke. Like Nero's like got little trophies of his old cyberware. And he's happy to hand them off, not install them, but hand them off to.
Second-hand cyberware always works well.
Yeah.
It's not the first time the party has dealt with second-hand cyberware.
Can I make an argument that 404 would know
I'm pretty
a
sure
cyberdoc?
Nero's initial cyberware was second.
Probably
And
not,
now it's
because you may know a gene doc, but not a cyberdoc.
Mm-hmm.
Being the background you've had, most of it has been in gene therapy and genetics. Each of the clones would definitely know a gene doctor who is a parental figure. They may have contacts. But the moment you start going down genetic cyber modifications, you start to become noticeably different to all the other versions of you. Just to be aware of that part.
I already have one piece of cyberware. It's 5 times as much to get the agility one. I'm gonna go for it. I got the money. I'm not gonna spend it on anything. Actually, hold on, how much was the rocket? Quick check of how much the rocket launcher was, because I know how much the rockets are.
So we'll also check money later on. So you will also have technically another 3 months of payment as well before you get your next job.
Okay.
By them dealing it out on a monthly basis means that you actually have money over a longer period of time and don't blow it all on drinks on the first weekend.
Yeah, okay. No.
Well, I will say that they could save his money if he's going to try and get a cyber brain installed. So.
The micro rocket launcher doesn't have any of the weapon qualities on it.
That's because most of the qualities of it are on the missiles.
Okay.
So if the missile has no quality, it doesn't provide it to the rocket launcher. And I think it may also have slow loading as one of the things it does.
Yeah.
So there's multiple versions of the rocket launcher, so I will just check what I've got on my end.
Because the micro missile launcher, which is more expensive, does have those weapon qualities. That's what I was asking.
Okay, sorry, just took me a little bit to jump into the right spot. Yeah, weapons. Yeah, that's always fun. Equipment. micro rocket launcher. Well, I do have a book to look up if it has anything else in it.
Which one do you want?
Oh, I'm just going to grab it. It is the Star Wars book.
Star Wars weapons.
Well, it works because it is a chemical weapon based item.
Yeah,
Which is why I reference them in there, so I might just turn the aircon on. Hey Google, AC on.
Alright, turning lounge AC on.
So you're going for the pistol rocket? No, you don't want the. You want the.
It was micro rocket launcher, I believe.
You want the micro rocket launcher?
Yeah, just because it's cheaper than the big one.
Okay, so you probably want the pistol then, and the. Because that was the rarity 7 item. Is that what you went for?
That's right.
Yeah. And then, yes, each of the rockets gives you the different types of thing it does. So the micro rocket launcher pistol has limited ammo of 3. So you put 3 loads into it. You pick what those loads are, but you can't change them easily.
Yeah, I'll get that. Just looking at them.
And then you pick your anti-armor explosive flechette incendiary, but not iron. You don't have access to iron yet. But technically rocket technology hasn't changed much in the Star Wars universe compared to what we have until you go to their energy weapons.
Okay, so just gonna pull up the calculator.
I believe we just had Josh drop back off again. He must have gotten home.
I think you did just go home, so I'll jump back on home.
Okay, so yes, you will have a number of options to buy. We can actually say your characters can spend some downtime between sessions if you bring that out, as you have 4 lots of payments of the same amount. Which means you will have far more to play with than you did starting characters.
Okay.
And it gives a lot of you chances to upgrade, and Raven will then have her basic set of magical gear available to her instead of having to go the hard way without the implements.
Yep.
Not even Bolt is using implements yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have finished my shopping list.
Mm-hmm.
Limb replacement, the upgrade for the weapon, the micro rocket, and then it was 5 incendiary and 5 anti-armor rockets for that.
So that was a micro rocket pistol plus 5 by incendiary, 5 by anti-vehicle. Yep.
And the limb and the upgrade.
Yep, I got those down already.
I was doing the agility limb because I did the maths and I have enough money, and my current amounts of money I have. And I think I tried to buy armor, but I think I failed during the last buying session.
Let's see. You have 2 lots of stuff about to arrive. You're not sure what failed.
Okay. I think it was the enhanced reflexes that failed.
You do have a good memory. But whether that's the correct one or not, I'll let you find out. So technically, yes, your reflexes fail to show up. Your modular armor does arrive.
Okay, that's what I was.
Womp gets a replacement bike, except unfortunately there was something wrong with the delivery and he just gets an empty box.
Yeah.
Nero gets a bunch of drones, and unfortunately his whiz-bang computer got lost in shipment.
Damn. I have to reorder it.
And Hollow's whiz-bang computer also disappeared somewhere along the lane. But Bolt gets the first magic upgrade on armor, the shape-changing room.
Oh, yay.
So that's technically starting to step up to the larger leagues when you actually have magical items beyond implements. Implements are the equivalent of beginner gear. Runic items start to go into middle to top tier.
Okay, I was going to ask for a runic item. Runic flame. You can put burn 1 on a weapon. Now, okay, chances it's rarity 8. So that's a 4 purple roll. Can I roll for it?
It will be hard to get at the moment because of runic items aren't well known.
Okay, all right.
So it would probably be.
I was looking for something that had anything to do with fire. It's the only one I could
I'm
find.
happy for you to go for it, but it would most likely start off at rarity 11 and be illegal. So you can use black market or ask Desrin to sweeten the pot a little.
Okay. How much does sweeten the pot cost?
That's between you and Desrin, because he does have the skills to reduce the hard to get.
Yeah, it's
So
not quite as much fun as I would have thought. So I'm not sure I'll
and those
push
magical items aren't available yet.
Yeah, it's only burn 1. That was the only fire thing I could find.
It's a flamethrower.
No, it's not.
You can buy a flamethrower.
I'm worried about using technology thing when I'm not a technology character. I'm worried about things going wrong. Is that right? Is there a sort of
If you jack in while you've got magic, there's problems.
Okay, jacked in is when you're physically connected to something. Yeah.
And you don't want to
That's
have.
true. There may be flame weapons in here somewhere.
Plus, you also don't want cybernetic replacement.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting that, but that's a good idea. Maybe there's a fire weapon in here somewhere.
There are a few.
There's laser pistols. What I've seen of laser pistols, these aren't things to use.
Laser pistols at the moment add 1 to 2 zeros to the cost.
Yeah.
I found that out one.
And generally a 0 to the rarity.
But I'd be happy with just your everyday Molotov cocktail.
You can make those for 50 credits, depending on how much alcohol you want.
Oh,
And a
petrol.
lighter. Yeah, that's a good point. Fuel prices these days.
So overall for your characters, you do have June, July, August, September all pass, getting you into October before you start running at the end of your pay for your last run.
Okay.
Did I need to roll for my stuff?
We can do that after.
Okay.
But with 3 whole months, as long as you find it, you've got it.
Okay, I can't find anything like a flamethrower.
And
All right.
It should be around explosives.
Explosives. All right, I'll take explosives.
And I'll sort out vehicle mods later because I have not started looking at those and don't want to ask a lot of questions and take up all the time.
Should be flamer. I could look at it quickly for you and point it out if you wish.
And it is you weapons, did you say?
Should be a near
Explosives.
yeah.
A gloop grenade. Glop grenade.
So that's a glue grenade,
Okay.
and will lock someone in place.
Oh.
Do you remember seeing the what was it called? The one where Sylvester Stallone got frozen at Demolition Man. Do you remember seeing that movie?
No, I don't think I did.
They have a scene in there where the police car gets completely full of foam to instead of an airbag getting blown up in his face, the car just gets full of it, and that holds him in place and prevents him from getting hurt. So the glop grenade is something similar in the sense that it holds you in place. It's not really there to protect you, it's there to restrain you.
I noticed this one called a palm stunner.
That's very useful for you at...
So rarity 3, so it's pretty hard to, it shouldn't be too hard to actually get. A palm stunner is a small...
So I'm going to say most of you will have a few extra items when we actually get to the core of the story. I'm hoping that by next session I will have it running enough to give you your add-ons.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I just buy a palm stunner then? They cost 70. Alright, I'm done. I'll just write what it does.
The remains of my money goes into buying upgrades for the mech, which I will sort out later.
So instead of being an energy range weapon, assume it is a touch weapon.
It is a touch weapon, yeah, I know.
Some of the palm stunners are ranged weapons, that's why I was saying.
Oh, okay. I read it as being roughly...
Does it say engaged?
It says this, that delivers a power on contact, which I took as meaning physical contact. Palm stunner, brawl engaged.
Then it is the right type.
Updated modern versions of brass knuckles designed to knock people out.
That's what I thought. Really useful to be able to do that.
I prefer the old faithful. 404 actually has brass knuckles.
Do you? Oh, okay. You're probably much better at it than I am.
Well, they can be genuinely brass knuckles on your cyber
Okay,
or
so
brass hand.
in the 4 months that had gone by, Raven made a pretty good friend who's a fixer. What does Raven know of them? You get to
What's a
make that
fixer?
up. So a fixer is a guy who finds jobs for you, and basically, if you need gear or other stuff, you can pay them to get it for you.
I already had in my contacts a fence, but he wasn't an impressive person. There was a contact you said I made at the in the course of the previous scenario, where we a contact in the Salish Shide lands. Is that how you spell it? Salish?
Yep, the Irish lands.
Salish Shide lands. Who was a cop? Maybe he is more than just a cop. Maybe he is a contact for other things. I don't know if that's going to be helpful to you.
Oh, yes, right. The cop in trouble.
Yeah.
Potentially, you can have a different contact. You're going to have a fixer. It can be a different person to the cop type stuff, because that way you've got more each.
I created 4 contacts when I created the character.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are fixers though.
This is you a chance to add a new one.
Okay.
A fixer.
Based on your imagination.
A fixer is somebody who gets you jobs.
Yeah, particularly it's appropriate now that you've been in the Shadowrunning game for a few months
Could
now.
you grab a sugar-free one?
You've managed to find someone who helps you get those jobs.
Okay. Basically an agent. Sprung on me. I haven't got a chance to actually think this.
You don't have to come up with a name if you don't want to.
But I did. One of my contacts was a criminal. That could be it. Criminals work well for this.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be someone more associated with.
Well, whatever they're associated with, they've managed to get some sort of reputation.
Okay.
A lot of fixers would definitely have a criminal background if they're not still criminals.
Yeah.
You may not even know everything about them. They're just maybe someone who buys you drinks and tries to check you up.
Yeah, well, I'm always very suspicious when anybody ever tries to do that.
And imagine, say, this person, thank you very much, this person does this on a regular basis and doesn't try anything. How much more suspicious are you of them?
Even more so now. Definitely suspicious.
How dare they, apply you with drinks and not try something?
No, like they're obviously got an agenda going here. Definitely not. If they're offering something other than that, they're offering me like money, stuff, all that sort of thing. So I'm happy to string them along. That would work. Sorry, I haven't thought in those terms.
Okay.
Right.
Would you like me to toss that over to someone else for the fixer?
Okay,
Would someone else like the fixer?
Yeah. I'll take
Okay,
it.
404's fixer. What? Tell me about the fixer. What does 404 know about them? And why do they trust them?
It's one of the other clones. I don't know.
Sure, it's now one of the other clones.
Keep it in the family. Good to see.
It's clone 123.
Yeah, he's obviously been around much longer. He's had more time to get to know the world.
Okay, so you get a phone call out of nowhere with a blocked number.
Yeah, I'll answer it.
On the other end of the line, you hear heavy breathing.
Can I help you?
And then you hear this distorted voice saying, I'm here to eat your cat. And then you hear that's not what I meant to eat. Why is this working fantastically bad?
I don't know.
As you hear the a sound of something beeping, and then you hear your own voice on the other end of the line going, "Hey sis,
How'd you get this number?
the way I always get your number.
That's fair enough.
I break into your apartment at night, steal your clothes, swap them with something of a lesser brand, and take your number at the same time.
Clothes always fit.
You know, those genetic locks really aren't what they're meant for.
You can make sure Desert up to security of the garage.
So, sis, I do have something that you might be interested in. I found someone who's willing to pay 2,000 credits per person per day. If you'd like to know more, give me a buzz back. I'm sure you can drag a few friends along. Last I knew, they all think well of you every time I run into them.
Do they think well of me, you, or Aurora?
Who cares? But hey, so many of them bought me drinks.
So they thought you were Aurora.
And then there were a few of them who I borrowed money from, saying I'll pay them back. Writing 404 on the IOU.
Why are you like this?
Hey, I'm the one who got kicked out for stealing stuff, remember?
And I'm the defective one.
I know, isn't it fantastic? Don't worry, I left the number in that secret space you hide your money.
So that's where all my money went. I'll message Desert and let him know that I have somebody who has a job for us, and also somebody broke into the tower whilst we were gone. Technically, I broke into the tower whilst we were gone.
I was going to say, yeah, he can review all the records and find that doesn't seem like anyone without authority got in.
We might need to find a way to distinguish me away from the other ones.
You're saying you're a security risk?
Yep.
Yeah.
Might be
I haven't
easy to
figured it
block out
out
all of
yet. There's a couple other people with the exact same face as me.
I'm happy to like maul you slightly if that helps. You know, you were offering an arm before, so you know.
Can't we just change the check from being my face to being... At this point, do I have my limb upgrade?
I will say yes.
To being like this, and I just have the gun come out of my arm.
So is it a revolver? Or did you put the micro rocket in there hoping it doesn't blow up?
I'll put the hand cannon in.
Okay. Definitely don't want that to go off before it opens.
Yeah.
Go, Jeremy.
I was going to say, technically, cyber limbs are a lot easier for me to get hold of than your DNA.
Yeah.
We'll look at it.
What about putting in like a microchip into your, new arm as an identifier?
At this point, I'm just imagining like a mantis blade from Cyberpunk, but it's just like a security card. It's like, only this one works.
But yeah, anyway, you were saying something about a job?
My sister has a job for us. She also owes them money, so they might want money from me when we get there. Fortunately, she took all my money.
Luckily, she hasn't taken any money recently. In the last 4 months, you got extra money.
Yeah.
So you're saying that this job is coming from a highly trustworthy source?
She doesn't lie, she just steals.
She got kicked out for stealing, not for lying.
So you trust her?
I trust her. She knows where the good money is.
You might also add that she's offering a job that pays 2,000 credits a day per person.
Yeah, that too.
Is she good for it?
Chances are she's going to try and take my part of the payment. But the rest of you will get paid.
And how long do you think the job's going to last for? How long it's going to take?
Did she say that?
She did not say. She basically left you a teaser and wanted you to actually agree before she would tell you more.
I feel like I know what she's trying to do there, but
So,
she's going to get me to agree to it, go over there and claim my payment before we even show up.
without telling us what the job is.
Yeah, that too.
Most fixers don't tell you before you
Yeah,
get
that's
there.
right. It's not uncommon.
So the idea
Obviously,
is
isn't it?
it's a dangerous job because it's 2,000 credits a day per person.
Yeah, and obviously from a runner's perspective, ideally, we want to know as much information as we can get up front and know what we're getting into. But the expectation is there's always stuff we don't know.
You still
Got
have
to
the
figure
right, still have the right of refusal after hearing about the job. But the more you hear about it, the less your reputation will be if you refuse it.
Well, I admit I am bored. If we're going to cause havoc, let's go do it. I don't trust this person one bit, but,
Hey, you're learning.
I don't think I've ever trusted anybody.
It's probably a safe call to just not trust anybody that looks like me unless you've confirmed that it is me.
You see a message pop up on your phone. You should probably get some better software on your phone. Until you realise it's not your phone. It just looks like your phone.
My phone.
I have a question. Can Bolt smell the difference between them, or are they so genetically similar, being clones, that even Bolt can't tell them apart?
The difference is you can smell the metal on 404.
Right.
And
Well, now that he has the cyberware, yes.
So
but before that,
if they're carrying enough metal with a similar smell, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Right.
If you're going by their actual scent, there is no difference between them. Unless,
Right.
of course, one of them has gotten sickly or has been eating certain sort of food that will put out different pheromones.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, 404 might also smell like engine oil and grease more than 123 does. He probably smells more like alcohol.
Bolt's like eagerly listening to all these differences because he loves distinguishing smells for obvious reasons. But it's like, oh, okay, and he gives your arm a good sniff and like, oh, this definitely, different. And
You do hear a voice come through his phone saying, or her phone saying, the main difference is you'll tell one smells like success and one smells like abject failure.
Yeah, how very funny. You got kicked out before I did.
Yes, but she's made far more than you have.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
And she gets to steal most of your rewards too.
Do you want us to kill her?
No. I'll do that myself.
Okay.
Where did you want to meet?
She's set up a meet for you at Seattle General in the lobby of the hospital. The Johnson is a little high-strung, so I'm sure there will be no gunfights in the lobby.
It would seem to be a moderately secure location.
And you sort of get the references for 404, not for everyone else. Remembering that there was a time you did, start a gunfight in a lobby.
So we can take guns into this lobby, can we?
In a lot of places you can until you hit the weapon detectors.
Okay.
And if you're carrying it visibly on the outside and you don't have the permit officially with the government attached to your ID, they generally object.
Okay. Is my staff, which is basically a long bit of wood, does that count as a weapon?
It can be, depending on if you look like you need it for support or you look like you're carrying it like a weapon.
Or how much people know about the idea of magical implements.
Yeah.
But certainly, yeah. If you're going around looking like a wizard with a big staff,
No,
then people are going to
I'm not
big
dressing. I'm not
staff.
dressing in that way, but it is a big bit of wood. So
But if you're using it because you've got an obvious limp, or an apparently obvious limp,
yeah, I suppose I could have that. I could.
then it's seemingly a cheap crutch because you can't afford to get a real crutch.
Yeah. What's my deception is my best skill.
Can I, take the gun out of my arm?
You can, but it is designed to be in the arm, meaning it's been stripped down for that purpose. If you take it out of the arm, it may not work. And it may not go back in again easily.
Yeah, I was more thinking, how does going through security work with that? Did they just put, a zip tie on my arm so I can't take it out?
Mostly you hope they don't detect there's a weapon in there. So,
But if it is the sort of, like I said, they do have effectively cyberware inhibitors that can stop the extrusion of cyber claws, razors, weapons, and things like that.
and they may also
You've
require
got to put them on.
that the weapon would be unloaded before they put it on there.
I'm just hearing duct tape.
No. So, but obviously, presumably, if we're going to Seattle General, I'm assuming we're talking General Hospital type General.
Seattle General Hospital is where you're heading to.
Yeah.
And also, while you're discussing it, she says, oh, by the way, you also have an hour to get there. Have fun.
How far away is it?
Normal traffic, hour and a half to 2 hours.
Do we have a flying vehicle or something that might go a lot faster?
No, but you have a few people who like to drive fast and avoid traffic rules as much as possible.
Do we all need to be there?
Well, those who want to get paid.
Yeah, that's how I. Do we have a car that can carry everyone?
Well, particularly one around right now. Absolutely. I'm assuming Bolt is going to go in human form or in full cute puppy form?
Human if we're going into like a hotel,
Or a hospital type stuff. Yeah.
hospital thing,
Like
yeah.
downtown Seattle. So,
Yeah. Human.
Yeah.
I really only got a dog if like one is convenient for like saving space and two also like undercover as a like thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also appropriate on a human form because it's easier to justify you as being one of the people getting $2,000 a day or $2,000 a day.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that too. I'd like to get paid.
They may be concerned if we say, hang on, the poodle part of the group, the poodle gets said there as well.
Apparently Bolt has finally learned that, he can buy stuff with this money that he never really used before, and it's actually useful.
Yeah, all this magic stuff you can get your hands on just seems to be better and better.
$20 can buy many peanuts.
Okay, so
We go fast.
Desiree,
Some people get there.
you do have a notification from your bike. It will be travelling with you.
Marvellous.
I'm assuming I'm driving.
4x4 says he can drive, doesn't he?
He does.
They've not seen evidence of it yet, but...
We need to go fast. I'm driving.
Nero can try out his new chip and drive.
Yeah. I would suggest that it's Jesuit's probably the best option personally, but that's Jim saying it. And he's taking a vehicle that can carry everyone. If people don't want to lift, hey, he's happy to take his bike alone. But
and besides, you can actually be in your bike and still control the van.
Exactly, that's right.
I was going to say, you bought a new van in the last 4 months?
He had multiple vans.
The underground garage is full of mostly my vehicles.
Oh, right, okay.
And the one that got destroyed was his off-road version.
Yeah.
Dang it, that would have helped. Well, again, we need to get there fast. I have ability make her go fast.
Let's just get there.
Okay, so as you guys head through the streets, you have probably the smoothest run you've ever had, making it across town in less than 3/4 of an hour. As every set of lights seemed to be going your way, people kept pulling out from being in front of you.
How'd you do that, Desert? Never seen you do that
That's
before.
actually gets out of the bike, gives a kiss to the dashboard and says, thanks, Tat.
Why can't we do that more often?
We ready?
Because we're not getting trolled by my sister more often.
Okay, and as you start walking towards the front doors, it looks crowded but quiet. All conversation stops as the doors close behind you. And you see many eyes sort of squinting in your direction, all trying to be subtle, but no one's succeeding. And you see a single Lone Star Guard, which is the police force of Seattle at this stage, stands by the nurse's desk. He stops flirting with the nurse as you come in and starts speaking into his radio. As you walk across the lobby, giving hints of a dangerous wildlife display. Which, hey, considering you do have Bolt with you, they were quite accurate about this.
But I'm in my human form, though.
Yes,
I'm not suspicious.
I'm
Not really.
sure no matter what form Bolt is in, Bolt is always stalking.
Well, yeah, probably, but like still.
It's like walk
I've got
casual, walk like you're not trying to kill the target.
Yeah, look human, look human, look human. You are a human. Act like humans do. What's a human again?
Bolt's just walking on all fours.
No, think of it. Like when like people are pretending to be robots and their joints are all locked up and yeah. He's not actually doing that, but that's what I can imagine Bolt like in his brain is like be human, and then it's just like him being like.
Okay, so as you're waiting for the officer to arrive, one of the orderlies dashes past and says, "Hey, you must be here to visit Mr. Johnson. Please follow me quickly," he says, as he gives a thumbs up to the guard and tries to push past him, directing you to follow.
I hobble, leaning on my staff. Take advantage of the opportunity, he says, to go fast, to go a bit slower.
You see the...
follow along.
Yeah, you follow along?
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah, we'll follow along.
The guard just shrugs and goes back to his thing, doesn't even bother to take an image or verify anything.
I feel like stealing something from him.
Would you like to on your way past?
What's he got?
You won't know until you try.
That seems a bit strange.
Well, basically, he has lots of pouches.
Yeah, okay. But remember, Declan's spoken to Raven about not doing stuff when you're on the job. You've had 4 months of playing around. Now, don't do stuff when you're on the job.
Technically, he hasn't started the job yet. There's a technicality there.
Well, it's not a technicality that Declan's going to be happy with if you've got the meat.
We don't steal from people that are being nice to us.
All right. Jeez.
They're being
God, they're
nice by
boring.
not IDing you.
They're boring.
They're being mean, you can steal from them.
If you can't control your kleptomania, then you can not be around.
I don't have kleptomania. I just like to steal things. There's a difference.
Apparently you also lack education.
And I'm assuming everyone had hidden any obvious weapons or left them in the vehicle.
Yeah, I won't take them the staff.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, technically, I have hidden my weapon as being human instead of being hybrid or dog, or direwolf for that matter.
Does my wrench count as a weapon?
It does, depending on how you're using it. As does a chair.
That's fair enough.
Okay, so you are led to the elevator bank, and once the door opens, he tells everyone else to take the next one. They look at you and go, "Sure," and walk out. I'm sure amongst a lot of you, you don't look like you should be in a hospital right now.
Well, obviously visiting a sick patient. Look, I might even have a bunch of flowers.
And he hits the top floor.
Actually, I could probably see why the Lone Star comp is suspicious, because Bolt is still probably in his combat gear unless he got told to change.
Nope, combat gear it is.
No. You haven't been wearing the combat gear consistently for 4 months.
No, I have been.
I'm sure Bolt bought many very similar identical sets because Bolt doesn't like options. Am I correct on that, Em?
Yeah, dressing's hard.
Bolt's just been in the underground fighting pit for the last 4 months.
No, I've been doing deliveries with Trixie. That's what my usual spiel is.
Okay. As you get off on the 14th floor with the orderly, at first you think, hey, this looks a little bit odd. Workmen seem to be everywhere, pressing wet plaster into dozens of holes dotting the walls. Lots of bullet holes all over the floor.
One of them nurse downstairs.
You also see the workers are installing a new nurse's desk. Looks like the old one has been completely refitted. And it looks like they've also replaced the carpet in the nurse's desk. I'm sure for no apparent reason.
Well, let's say Declan's looking around at the work and thinking, explain quite a bit nervous downstairs.
And then you notice two of the Lone Star cops coming towards you, one with a fully automatic weapon pointed in your direction, and the other with a weapon scanner. So at this point, I'm asking again, does anyone have any hidden weapons on them?
No. I
mean,
do, but I'm
likely
not
carries-
sure if showing it is probably the best idea right now.
Depending upon what the standard weapons restrictions are in the area he's going to, he would normally carry a pistol, but it would be he's happy to show it as available and surrender it as needed for cloakroom type stuff. But yeah, if he's going where he knows where weapons are not going to be suitable, then he wouldn't be carrying weapons.
Okay, so he scans the party. He thanks Desmond for showing him his weapon, and he says he'll just hold on to that until you come out. They don't like any weapons past this point, and then waves the rest of you on through, having detected no weapons.
And for all appearances, these appear to be genuine Lone Star personnel.
They are genuine Lone Star personnel.
Okay. Dave looks a bit concerned or interested on the idea, well, unless it's actually a Lone Star, Mr. Johnson, but it's not likely that most meets get staffed by the official police force of Seattle.
Well, they do provide security on all government buildings.
Yeah.
That includes the hospital.
Good.
Okay. Once they back off, you're then directed down a long corridor as you see private and public patient rooms all empty, and at the end of the hall another two guards smoking cigarettes and talking smack outside the door. You see one carrying a assault rifle and the other a pair of matching machine guns with extended clips. Okay, they look at you.
The orderly appears calm and collected, does that?
He does have that nervous look on his face because, hey, there are people with weapons here willing to kill.
Yeah, well, that's part of what Dexter was trying to do, that association. I think, hang on, is this a normal situation or not?
Well, anytime you come against Lone Star with weapons out, that means they're willing to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And the orderly takes you right up to the door. With one hand on it, he looks back at you and says, Mr. Johnson is inside. Keep your negotiations and questions brief and to the point. He is still convalescing. You may call for me when you wish to leave. He opens the door and steps aside. And inside is a public patient room that is empty of beds. One wall is lined with medical equipment, with two doctors tending to it. In the center of the room, lying on the bare floor, is the sinuous form of a small western dragon. Its scales, green gold body is covered with oversized trauma and pressure bandages. The dragon regards you emotionally as you enter the room. Emotionlessly. So yeah. I love
Dennis looks immediately fight the impulse to not summon his green armor. Because the last time he was in the room with the dragon, it became worthwhile to have the green armor on him.
And you do note that there are two more guards in this room. Each of them has cutting edge Ares Predator on their sidearm. They're the sort that allows switching of round types mid-shooting.
And now I'm sure those players who were at the start of the session or before the recording started will be pleased to know that, hey, we've won. We found the dragon.
What's the job?
Okay.
Well, he told us we'd keep it quick and get to the point. Weren't we told that? I thought that we told that.
Well, no, he said not to say he's being he's convalescing, so he doesn't want the patient disturbed too much.
Okay, so as you say that, you get a rumbling, deep voice that makes your head pop as he speaks. Good afternoon, Shadowrunners. I am pleased you could come. I do not wish to be rude, but you have arrived at my hour of allotted Trito time. The doctors will only allow me an hour of Trito a day, and it's something I cannot miss. I do not see why it should interfere with our discussions, however.
Well, perhaps it shouldn't have been timed that we had to get here so quickly after hearing the news, but okay.
Okay, you see the orderly come in with a trio deck. That's basically a equivalent of VR or AR viewing for virtual reality and augmented reality for people to watch stuff. Yes,
okay, I know it. In my head, I always read that as tridio, as in or video, but it's tridio. It's 3 times as good or something.
Okay, so while the dragon's flicking through various channels looking for something, he says, I would like to hire you to conduct a discreet investigation. You see, I checked into this hospital last Tuesday at 3 in the morning, almost dead from a variety of wounds, magical and mundane. I landed on the roof, broke through the ceiling, caused the local security man to overreact a bit, and then passed out. The doctors say that because of the head injuries I received, I am suffering from amnesia. No one has any idea how long it will last, and I'm starting to believe no one ever will. At this point, the dragon flips to a music channel. It watches a group of
Michael Jackson's Thriller?
yes, something like that going for a few moments, and he seems to bob along to the music and then continues, I need you to investigate my past. If you can discover what it was, you should be able to learn why someone tried to kill me. Because these two objectives are intertwined, they should probably occupy your attention for only about a week, maybe less. You will not need to report back to me until that time or until such time as you have uncovered all the information. Reporting back to me every day with scattered bits of data would only confuse and annoy me. You see he ends up flicking over to a children's educational channel about cyberspace. It says, any questions, Shadowrunners?
Do you have any more information other than that you fell into the building?
He says, I have some fragments of memory that may be useful in your investigation. I remember a name, Cobalt Marie. I remember the face of an orc. He was an older man with scraggy black hair. The tip of his left ear was missing, and in the same ear he wore an earring that looked like a large coin. The only thing I remember are the words Southampton Street. Does any of that mean anything to you, he asks.
We asked the GM, does it mean anything to us? Is that a...
So do you remember anything about yourself, like your name? Do you have any recollections of? Are they the only memories you have?
He says, alas, he does not at this stage.
I didn't get all the information. Orc, older man with scraggy black He,
He remembers the face of an orc. He was an older man with scraggy black hair. The tip of his left ear was missing, and in the same ear he wore an earring that looked like a large coin.
okay, that's a very good description. Does it, streetwise, do I recall anyone who looks like that?
Well, I will look up the details in a little bit.
Okay, leave that for the moment.
There.
Well, the contact that called to us suggested that you've mentioned that it'll only take a few days to recover, but the contact mentioned certain payment per day per person. I'm not necessarily seeing, if you don't remember who you are, how do you remember who can pay?
He says, well, they found that checking my SIN, I seem to have a bank account with enough money to cover a fairly substantial time.
Do you just want us
The
to...
SIN does not have enough detail on it to indicate who you are, where you're from, what's going on?
It does not. It seems to be, I valued my privacy previously. And I may value that in the future as well, he says. So he does not wish you to, tell people he is here.
Just make sure I've got this
obviously,
straight.
if you've deliberately obscured your own past and present, that's potentially going to make it harder to find out who you are.
Though he does say, as a down payment, he will give you this. He reaches up to his horn and pulls off a piece of jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll take a look at it and try and make a quick assessment on what it might be worth, what it is.
Okay, looking at it, it is definitely a high-grade class jewelry. Not something you could pass easily. And it is a replica of what you'll see in Maria Mercurial wear. Only a handful of people could make such an item this closely.
So, when you say it's one that recognised from Mercurial, is that sense from she's well known for wearing that on her stage, or is it related to the fact that from when we actually worked with Maria and had that much closer contact?
It's a piece that most people only see from a distance, but you saw it up close in her apartment.
Right. And can I get an estimate of value?
You're thinking it may be worth a couple of. Hey, buddy, I think you just rolled at a spare there.
Yeah.
Okay. When you ask me who's rolling for me, not the cat.
But I'm sure Idris would love to try.
Yes, he's in the I'm playing with dice mode. Hey, buddy. I know you want to play, but we are already playing here.
But you're not playing because I'm not here, so you can't be playing.
Okay, so you probably think it'll be worth more than a week's payment for one person.
Okay. So, let's say. Take a look at it and say, it's worth beginning an investigation, indeed.
Can I just clarify what you want us to investigate? It's who you are and how you came to be here, is that correct?
That is correct, he says.
And if someone's responsible, do you want us to do anything about it?
He wants you to bring it to him.
Bring it to him, okay. We're just gathering information.
It's basically he wants reconnaissance.
Yep, that's fine.
to take, you know, a basically an image in his eyes of the person's face. Maybe do facial recognition a bit later.
You could, except the dragon's face would be hard to match.
Ah, okay.
I was going to say, which person are we talking about? And remember, he looks like probably covered in bandages and stuff at the moment as well.
Do you know roughly the time you fell through the roof into here?
It was. It gives you the time of day. It was one of the orderlies does
I was
because.
going to say, I'm sure we can talk to the hospital staff to
Yeah,
clarify
so
that
just
sort of
to see if anyone saw anything. Just thinking about that.
And you do notice that the dragon has quite a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I can see that. Somebody might know what sort of injuries they are, or do you know?
Would you like to do a charm test talking to the doctors?
Yeah, I'll do that. Although I think Desmond's probably better at charm than I am.
Desmond was certainly planning on talking to the hospital staff, but not necessarily while we were using the limited trio time that the dragon had for the conversation. So I was going to wait until after we finished talking to the dragon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, if you want to get the proper value of the jewelry, you'd end up having to take it to the high-end jewelers of Seattle.
Yeah, that's understandable. As I said, they were mainly looking at it just to see whether it was actually worth as a worthwhile deposit type stuff. If it was a piece of cheap plastic, then it wasn't going to be worth much, so that was not the one. So,
can you tell us what sort of injuries you have? Are they
he says
bullet wounds or
he
what?
recommends you speaking to the doctors because he doesn't quite understand.
Okay, all right. I'm scratching for questions to ask him.
Obviously, well, when he's saying the fact that he doesn't remember much of anything, does Declan feel like he's telling the truth as far as he knows, or is this going to be one of the rare Johnsons that's actually told everything he knows, or how much is he hiding?
Well, a Johnson who has no memory and says he has no memory are two different things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not certain what sort of skills would be to try and interpret whether a dragon's lying to him or not.
And it's also very hard to do facial testing of a
Exactly.
dragon because, hey, their faces are hard to read.
What would normally be the skill to try and detect if someone's or work out someone's lying?
I would put it under perception.
Perception, yeah. Okay. And then obviously with a greater difficulty in this case because they're not normally the right facial expressions. We're not looking for the same clues. But I'm assuming that Declan doesn't pick up anything that indicates the dragon is lying, aside from the fact that its mouth is moving.
That's probably the main indicator. Okay, so how many ranks in charm do you both have?
I have 1 rank, but I also have 4 boost dice.
How many ranks does Ezrin have?
Declan has 3 ranks. His base is 3 yellow, a green.
Okay.
I also have the ability to upgrade charm checks from Congenial.
So what I was going to offer for your characters is you can choose to roll the test or to basically take a number of successes equal to your ranks in charming the doctors.
Well, Declan's happy to be talking to the orderly, and he's happy to, as part of the, whether it's part of the test or whether it's part of automatic rank type stuff, he's recognising that obviously the hospital staff are not paid to deal with such stressful situations when the armed policemen all around and dragons dropping in through the roof. So he's happy to grease the palms a bit to effectively add 2 extra yellow dice.
So what's your dice pool then, Jeremy?
That would make his dice pool 5 yellow and a green.
5 yellow and a green. Okay, the difficulty will be 5 purple, representing what they're able to tell you and what they're willing to tell you. Would Gary like to roll for the group?
Okay. So can I add anything from...
You can spend one of these points to change the green into a yellow. And with your help, you can add a boost to it.
All right. I'll do both.
Okay, the yellow dice is there.
Hurry, baby.
Okay, so that does look very promising, except for that.
There's 2 blank ones
So these 2 here can pretty much cancel out those ones. That's a blank. That cancels that out. Okay, so that was 2 successes and an advantage. So yes, you do find out that the dragon is suffering from internal injury caused by multiple gunshot and shrapnel wounds. They don't know what the wounds behind the horns might be. Also appears that the dragon has been recently operated on in that area. They have covered the spot behind the horns with sterile patches as a precaution. That's as much as they're able to tell you. Hey buddy, that is not something to play with. You're playing in your tunnel.
When you say operated on, could they have removed something?
They do not know because dragon anatomy is beyond their training.
Okay.
They're saying the fact that they didn't operate on the dragon.
They did not, but there is.
The dragon arrived with some operation injuries.
Yep.
Okay.
What about? Did anyone see the dragon arrive apart from even when they're crashing through the roof?
No one saw it arrive, but they saw it land as it crashed through the floor, squishing a few people and starting a gunfight. People saw, security saw a dragon coming through a roof and moving about and opened fire.
So they may have been the cause of all the
some of
gunshot
the
wounds.
gunshots, yes.
Did
But they're the main cause for all the bullet holes everywhere.
Okay. Did they see anything else?
Cameras on the roof?
I'd
Like see the
say
dragon arriving?
I'd say yes, there's an external camera, but it points at the heliport, not up.
And so nobody saw anything else like other creatures there at the time, any other effects that might have been happening? No sounds like explosions or gunfire?
Looking around, and what they could tell you is whatever happened to the dragon, it didn't happen in Seattle.
Okay.
Or within earshot, eyesight of the hospital.
Okay.
That sort of thing would have been reported in the news, they say. The dragon itself hasn't even been reported in the news.
I don't know if it's a knowledge check, but we've got 3 different pieces of information. Can we use a knowledge check or maybe a streetwise or something to identify or find something more like where Southampton Street is, who Cobalt Marie is, whether we might know this mysterious orc?
You can.
I, by the way, have basic knowledge, so it'd be someone else if it's a knowledge check. I've got streetwise though.
Nobody. Okay, so the bits of knowledge you have. is basically that there is a few bits of rumours about a Ares project affecting the area.
Ares project.
Yep, as in the God of War company. And something went down in the Barrens. Oh! You're just wanting to fluff up the camera, aren't you?
Mm.
You showman, you.
Might be able to find out about what went down in the Barrens. It might be what I can contribute here.
It might not help with the investigations, but would I be able to tell, like, what size arms he was shot with? Like, if it was, like, small firearms or, like, something bigger.
Okay, so looking at the evidence of it, it does look very similar to the style of arms carried by the local security, except you don't think any of the local security weapons would be able to penetrate the dragon's armor. Even your anti-vehicle weapon may struggle.
Okay, so
Whatever they use was specifically designed to take out a dragon.
So we have people who decided to test out possibly their new weapon on a dragon. Or maybe they're showing off that their new weapon can in fact take down a dragon.
Or they started a war with dragon.
Let's hope it's not that one. It's probably that one.
When you say special weapons, do they have to be sort of like magical blessing or something?
More like you know how we have in movies weapons that use things like depleted uranium tips. That's the sort of thing they're expecting them to have employed against a dragon.
Okay, armor piercing weapons.
Not just armor piercing, extreme armor piercing.
Extreme armor piercing.
So the sort of thing where a shot may cost you anywhere of 500 credits and upwards.
Okay.
And by the looks of things, they unloaded a fortune on trying to take out this dragon.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever went up against it was well funded.
Yep.
Sounds like Ares.
Okay, so each of you will be able to do a streetwise roll.
Okay.
Because you have knowledge of the area.
So we have multiple streetwise rolls.
Yep. And basically, your successes will stack.
Okay.
Are you trying to help there, Drizzle?
Gotta make sure.
Prefer the other side of the paper, though, do you? That's
So,
all the talents.
Could you do a streetwise for both Bolt and Nero? Assuming you're still there.
What difficulty dice to go with this?
It will be 4. Difficulty of 4.
4 purple dice.
Hello online, can you hear us?
Looks like we still have audio. I think.
Sorry, what was that one?
I was asking if you guys could hear us after I'd asked if you could do a check.
That's not.
Sorry, that was me. I was talking.
Because we didn't actually hear either of you at that point.
No, that was my fault. I was talking. What was the check? Sorry, Martin.
A streetwise check with a difficulty of 4.
It was.
How did 404 go?
I think that's 4 failures.
4 failures.
2 failures and an 2 advantages.
A success and 2 advantages.
That's net 3
Let
failures.
me see, we have 404 and he contributes technically they go away. So 3 failures and an advantage.
To a -3 to begin with.
That's okay, I may not count the failures. They may just penalise the person.
The chair's been stolen. I stood up for 5 seconds.
She is a chair thief.
Well, I'm still your chair. I'm sitting the cat tower.
Hey Martin,
Yeah.
I'm positive I had ranks in Street Wise.
You probably did. Remember, there's been some errors on the site recently, and that's why I had
Right,
to rebuild stuff.
Okay, alright. Because it's saying I have 6 green, and I don't believe that. Like, that's just my straight cunning. But I'm sure of, like...
You can likely to have something in Streetwise.
Because, like, my whole thing is, like, survival, stealth, streetwise, and scholarity is something like my biggest, and coordination
Well,
is something like my biggest.
Let's assume
Should
you've got
be
2 ranks in it at least.
That's true. Okay.
And then we'll look at updating that when I get everything online again.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised if I didn't have ranks in that, like, in all honesty. That's kind of...
Is it listed as a career skill for you?
No, which I would also...
Well, because that would
Well.
then, that would then, if you haven't got a career with Streetwise, that might indicate why you didn't take it, because it becomes harder to collect. But
So Gary,
Still
did you
valuable.
roll for yourself?
No, I was just waiting for M's roll.
Okay, so in this one you...
It doesn't look good, I'm sorry.
Okay, so that
Oh.
gets... Sorry, those ones and those ones. Moving those ones out. That. Hey, buddy. And those ones. Please don't knock my books over. Oh,
I'm not giving your sister attention.
here we go.
Are you also going to steal my chair?
Okay, so you ended up with a success.
A success.
So, hey, a success is better than nothing.
Mm.
So, Jeremy, what was your streetwise?
alright, 2 yellow, 1 green, and a blue. What's their focus for this? Is this? 'Cause
So this one is connection to Redmond.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, okay. If you go for it, then okay. If I can, I'll take a strain to upgrade the tech.
Yep.
And make it 3 yellow and a blue.
Yep, we've got that there. Could you roll for him?
Yep.
I'll eventually get my chair back.
Sorry, I
Bolt
didn't roll well
has-
for you, Jeremy. Not at all.
What did Bolt have?
6 successes and 3 threat. So presumably I take strain for that.
You would, yep. We have Desrin here with... Really is one of those days where things don't seem to roll well for people. Desrin ended up with 1 threat.
Mm-hmm. Does that come out as additional strain or any other factors?
Put it down as additional strain.
Happy with that.
And what was Nero's roll?
5 successes and 1 strain.
5 successes and 1 strain. Okay, so amongst you, you do manage to get a bunch of information. So you do hear that Ares is currently having a little company war in Bellevue, and that they seem to be hiring Shadowrunners. You also hear that they sent a strike team into Redmond Barrens and shot up some industrial complex. High yield weapons used. And there's another corp in Bellevue hiring Shadowrunners through another rumour mill for wet work and smash and grab. Money's supposed to be good. So wet work, for those who don't know, is basically killing things. Another rumour mill says something weird happened over in Bellevue about a week ago. Someone let off a couple of rockets on Southampton Street. Don't know what they were shooting at. Another one talks about a bomb that went off in Southampton last week in Bellevue. Don't you savvy the local turf? Anyway, some cop called Emerging Futures. Some corp called Emerging Futures had its 4th floor windows knocked out one night, and they think it's connected to Ares. Another rumor is, hey, you see the guy, Orc, pretty old, no left ear tip, name's Coin Spinner. Some people are looking for him. And the last rumor is, you know what? I heard somebody says they saw a dragon flying around Bellevue about a week ago. Last seen heading towards downtown, which is where the hospital is.
Does the rumours about bomb going off and a corp war going off in Bellevue type stuff, does that have a date attached to it, or a day? Because we know when the dragon arrived at the hospital.
Okay.
That happened the same day.
It all aligns up that the bomb, the dragon flying, Ares going to war, attacks all happened around the same time frame.
Right.
So you believe the dragon had Ares go up against it and walked away, which is not a easy thing to do.
Wow, flew away.
There was a lot of information there, Martin. I wasn't able to get it all down.
The crux of it is you've got enough cooperating evidence to link Ares, Bellevue, the dragon, and Redmond in a similar sort of conflict where the dragon most likely went up against Ares.
Okay. Who or what is
And
Redmond?
also reference to
That's
an
the
orc
area
missing
your
in it.
character's from.
Oh, okay.
Redmond Barrens. There are
Redmond.
2 barons. There's the Pulliup Barrens and the Redmond Barrens. Both of them are trashy, bad places to live,
Yeah.
but the Redmond people look down on the Pulliup people
Okay.
because the Pulliup people normally have more heads or other sort of mutations.
What about
Okay.
Bellevue? What's that?
That is the really rich suburb right next to the really poor suburb. So
Oh.
the haves versus the have-nots.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know when I talked about the idea of the sorts of places where the security checks on every street corner,
Yeah.
Bellevue would apply.
Bellevue is where I want to burn things down. Yeah. Okay.
So Bellevue is where you're watching people walking in clothing worth more than you've ever earned in your entire life or stolen.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just one of their fingernails that are fake are worth more than your entire fortune.
Yeah. Some of these places need to burn. I get it.
And so the other things you can track down
We.
what the name of the dragon might be, the earring that the dragon gave you, the Cobalt Marie.
We've got nothing on Cobalt Marie.
Right, you've got the name, so you can actually track down information on them. The name Coin Spinner as a person.
Yeah.
The company called Emerging Futures. Any relation to Ares macro technology or Nighterand, because that's their military arm that goes and does shady shit at times.
This sounds like a job for IT, actually.
Well, both of it uses either word of the street, which is what your character's done, you get
Yeah.
good at, or web searches, which is where you have Nero, Hollow, and to a lesser extent, a NPC running out of Desrim Tower.
Okay.
But I thought we could hold off on those things until next session, where hopefully you'll have caught up on XP, and we might have Raven being the really good word on the street person.
Yeah, so you want to put all the effort into Streetwise and
I was going to put points in to be able to cast spells.
Both, actually.
well,
would
you can
be
do that
lovely.
too.
So, are people happy with that? And then you can
No,
figure
that's
out
good, thank you.
what sort of gear you'd like to get. And to be honest, between all of you, you easily rolled enough to check everything.
Okay.
And the fact that it was a group check meant that together you did it. Individually, there were quite a few failures.
Yeah, so the way a group check works is everybody rolls and you add all the successes
Yep.
up and net them out for any failures. Okay.
And in some group checks, you can actually use different skills.
All right.
But in this case, I just had everyone do your streetwise because it was about your local neighbourhood and the bordering neighbourhood.
Yeah.
So would anyone like to add any thing you'd like to put in for next session?
Just a reminder to listen to these last 10 minutes of the session to remember all those points we're trying to follow up on.
Wouldn't mind trying to find something I can use to burn down Bellevue, but apart from that.
Well, look at it this way. If you get on the good graces of this dragon, you may have just found the perfect weapon to drop on a bunch of rich people you don't
I
like.
prefer to do it myself, but
Well,
like
yeah,
secondary
and,
someone else doing it.
There is the thing
Don't
of
do
riding
what?
the dragon.
Go and do that on your own
Now,
time,
that's
not
different.
when you're getting paid.
And plus, the dragon may take burning down a bunch of rich snobs as your payment.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's, I'd certainly consider that. I'd certainly consider that.
Yeah, but the rest of us wouldn't. Do it in your own time.
Okay.
You take 4 months, you could have gone burnt down Bellevue.
Yeah, well, I just discovered Bellevue existed.
Wasn't the school in Belleville?
I think it was, and then there were various other places you went to.
That's right, actually. You have actually been to Bellevue before because that's where the school was.
Oh, that's where the school was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
it was so hard on
But it
people.
was.
Yeah. No, is that school kid left school yet?
They at the commune.
At the
That's
oh no,
right,
there
she
was
probably
another one.
went
There
back
was
to
no
the
one there
school.
who was really smart, and I liked her. She hasn't left then.
Oh, she's probably finishing.
I was going to say, yeah, I doubt she went back to the school, considering the fact the school was where her father found her, and apparently her father got away.
Oh no, it was one of her. It was one of her friends. Remember we interrogated her friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the friends was pretty smart.
Yeah.
One of them was probably the heiress to Aztec.
And they all have various interests, so you can keep following up with NPCs you have spoken to and gain them as better and better contacts.
That's right. You may well have caught up with that girl during the last 4 months. That might be the contact you picked up.
And you may even have done the thing of, okay, we go dancing, she pays, I keep her safe, and we just go out on the town and have fun.
Violetta, that was her name. Violetta. That was the one.
Well, you might want to think about writing her up as a contact.
Yeah.
Probably
When she
like
gets
the
out of
one.
school.
Well, none of that. She's probably still useful in school. She's still got people she knows.
Well, you're probably a similar age to her. It won't be that weird.
Just that you didn't go to school, she went to school.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's
Well,
also another difference between the haves and the have-nots. All the
Okay.
haves generally have schooling, and most of the have-nots are lucky if they've got schooling.
Yeah, we know Raven didn't go to school
Yeah.
because apparently she doesn't know what kleptomania is.
No.
She keeps saying she's not a kleptomaniac.
Just
I'm
because it's
not a
all
kleptomaniac.
those.
I'm not a kleptomaniac. Just because I like to steal doesn't make me a kleptomaniac. That's how I've survived for so long, is stealing.
Okay, so yes, and remember you have had 4 months of payments, so your guys shouldn't be wanting in basic cash.
And that's 7,000 a month, isn't it?
That's
Yeah, go on.
you 7,100 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget that's also 4 months of rent to Declan.
Okay. What are you charging on the rent?
7,200.
Well, I'll go back to the streets then if I'm being paid that much. God.
But yes.
And
feel
in
like
most
my rent's
cases,
probably a bit more.
you can basically rent a hovel for maybe 100 a month.
I'm not used to
or
paying
a-
for paying rent. God.
But the more you pay for a place, the less likely someone's going to come in and trash it or steal your stuff.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, they've got the same
That's
genetic
what they
idea
use.
as yourself.
7,100 just says it's. Oh God, this is so much money. I don't know what to do with it all.
Yep. That's what they the others dealt with when they first started getting money. It's like, we're getting scraps, and oh crap, we're being paid more than the entire party has received in the last 20 or 30 sessions
Yeah.
for a 5-minute job.
Yep. This shadow running really pays off.
It does. As does the danger.
Dangerous to fun.
Well, the higher the danger, the less you have to share. Does that mean that their bits might be shared amongst the survivors? Quite possibly.
That's part of the problem with this particular payment scheme for this job, was the 2,000 per person per day.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, if you lose people, you lose money. It's where it's better off to be paid. No, the group is being paid X money, and then the group's half the size by the end of it. Woohoo! Everyone gets double share.
It is an investigation. We're not being asked to go kill people. So.
Not yet, anyway.
But you're expecting there will be gun battles and high danger amongst your travels, because dragons just don't ask for simple things.
Yeah.
Well, particularly also after the bit of legwork that we all just done, was discovering that, apparently the dragon was involved in a firefight with Ares. So not only is it dragons, but it's also mega corporations as well.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to put it on end credits, and then we're finished for today. Okay.